Hey, what's up? This is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. And in this episode, I want to talk about narcissism and how to spot people who are narcissists and how to cure narcissism. Okay. But anyway, before I talk about this subject, I want to tell you that my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented the physical immortality rings. These are the rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. They're plastic covering magnets. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You can stay physically young forever. For example, I'm almost 48, but I look pretty good, right? So anyway, on my website, which is livemuchlonger.com, I show people testimonials from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4 stars and 5 stars, okay? If you are interested in this product, go to livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. The link is at the bottom of this video. Anyway, how do you spot somebody who's a narcissist? What is a narcissist person? A narcissist is somebody who's extremely selfish. They always think about themselves, They think they're so good and this and that. How do you spot somebody who's a narcissist? Let me tell you this, okay? When you sit beside somebody, you hear them talk, and you feel like, wow, you feel like you're watching a movie that just doesn't make any sense. It's a very, very bad script. The movie, whoever, the producer hired the wrong writer, and the writer just write a whole bunch of gibberish, and the whole movie doesn't make sense. Then, trust me, that person's a narcissist, okay? It's like, for example, let me tell you one example, okay? About 10 years ago, I used to hit the strip club every night. Me and my buddies, we used to go to the strip club every night, okay? And one day, I hear somebody arguing over there, and I approach them, and then this Japanese girl was arguing with this white guy. And then the white guy said, "Get out of here, I don't like you, I only want a Japanese girl, I only want a Japanese stripper." And the Japanese girl walked away very angry, and she told me, she knows me, right? So she told me, I don't want to speak to this dumbass. And then I approached that white guy. It was a short little white guy. He's pretty short. He looked like he's 32 years old, and he looks angry. And it's a white guy, and I tell him that, that girl is Japanese, because I know that girl. I speak Japanese myself. I used to speak Japanese to that girl, So I used to speak Japanese to that girl. So I told him, she is Japanese. What do you mean you only want a Japanese? And then he said, I am a Japanese and white mix, and Japanese and white mix, we are the best race in the whole world. We are the best race. I only want a Japanese girl. She has to be at least a Japanese. I don't want some Southeast Asian girl or Chinese girl or Korean girl. Fuck that. I only want Japanese. I'm like, but I said, but she is Japanese, because I speak Japanese to her. And then he insists, no, she's not Japanese. Yes, it's an ugly little white guy. He's a short little white guy. He's ugly too, He doesn't look Asian at all. He looks like a white guy, but an ugly white guy. Then what happened is, I tried to prove my point. I started speaking Japanese to this white guy. I don't go and then he was shocked. He was sort of shocked, and then he said, "What are you? Are you Japanese?" I said, "Oh, I'm not Japanese. I'm Chinese." He said, "Okay then. Get the fuck out of here. You're not even Japanese. What the fuck you think you are? You're just some Chinese loser. Chinese people are losers." And I'm like, okay. I walk away. And then I still saw that guy sitting there complaining this and that, calling me names, calling that Japanese girl name. And then his friend, he brought a friend, right? The friend was watching, staring at him. His friend is speechless, staring at this guy. That's an example of a narcissist person, The guy does not make any sense. I mean, it's like you're watching a movie, but then the script is fucked up. It's like a very, very bad script. The whole movie does not make sense. And let me tell you how narcissism started. Okay, narcissism started in a family that the father or the mother is always very, very opinionated. Always very judgmental. Always talk shit about other people. Those Southeast Asians, those black people, those Mexicans, whatever, talk shit about other people. back in the days, I used to live in a Daly City. There are lots of Filipinos were narcissists. A lot of Filipinos were narcissists. Back in the days, the China was not very strong, right? China was sort of poor. It's a poor country. So all the Filipinos, they looked down at the Chinese, and probably if you were a Filipino back in the days, your father, your mother, they would talk a lot of shit about Chinese, oh, the Chinese dogs and stuff like that. So I used to work in a Filipino restaurant, and then my superior, he's always talking shit about me, because I'm Chinese, so he would say, something like, use your Chinese brain or something. He's very, very sarcastic, But what I'm saying is, my point is, narcissism began in a family that are, the parents are extremely opinionated, extremely judgmental, and basically the children also grow up to become narcissists, like thinking, oh, everybody is so, low, and I'm so high, I am so special, everyone's so low. And then these narcissist people, they start to think, oh yeah, I'm somebody special, like, I am the crown prince, I am the heir of the British crown, you should address me as Your Majesty, I am Duke of Yorkshire. They start to think like that, and so they start to show cruelty to people surround them, and then eventually they're just out of control. When narcissists, right, when they get old, they sort of become like a mean old thing, My father did not become a mean old thing, but honestly speaking, a lot of people didn't show up in his funeral. I didn't show up in my father's funeral. My uncle did not show up in my father's funeral. And then after he died, it's like, I swear to God, my father passed away. That was the easiest. It's like nobody missed him. It's like nobody even speak of him. You understand? It's like, that's the way it is. But anyway, if you are a narcissist, okay, or if your relative or your friend is a narcissist, you want to cure these people, you tell them to come watch this video, because I'm going to tell you how to cure these people. I have 3 points for anybody who's a narcissist, okay? Number 1, always remember, nobody gives a shit about you. People care about themselves. Nobody gives a shit about you, okay? One day, if you die in a car crash, like you die suddenly, your whole family died with you, your wife died, your baby died, you died, you know what? If I have time, if I can make it, I might go to your funeral. I might give you a flower. I might. But after that, your ass is gone, And some people, when you die, the day you die, some people might even laugh. Some people might even make fun of you. Okay? Just remember that. People don't care about you. People care about themselves. Okay? So, in front of people, you always must remember, do not tell yourself, oh, I'm so much better, I'm the Duke of Yorkshire, I'm this and that. Don't think like that, okay? And then the second thing is, oh, I'm sorry, hold on a minute. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. Okay, the second thing is this, okay? Always remember, people are being nice to you, not because you're so adorable, like, oh, they miss you if you're gone. They always think about you. Everybody adores you. You're so popular, and they're so low, and you're so high, and everyone loves you. That's not a reason. People are nice to you because they don't want any trouble from you. You understand? People are being nice to you because they don't want trouble from you. For example, my whole family, okay, my brother, my sister, they're all narcissists. They are all narcissists, I grew up in that kind of family. You understand? And it's like, the funny thing is, like, I tolerate my brother. I tolerate that. That guy's an asshole. Honestly speaking, nobody likes my brother. Okay, he's the only one who thinks he's so special. But everybody hates him. You know, my uncle hates him. I hate him. You know, my cousin. He always teases my cousin. You know, my cousin hate him. It's like people don't really. Nobody gives a damn about that asshole. I tell you the truth. You know, one day if that motherfucker died, nobody cared. I'll try to make it to his funeral. That's it. That's all I can say. You know, but people tolerate him. But then he thinks that people are being nice to him. But then he thinks that, oh, I'm so adorable. I'm so this and that. So one day he had a newborn son, right? I go to the party. He threw a party. A lot of people came. I go to this party. I gave him $200, you know. And then he didn't even pass the son to me for a hug. I was shocked. I'm the only uncle of this. I'm like, hello, I'm the only uncle of this boy. I mean, he didn't even bother to pass the son to me for a hug, you know. But then at the end, I brought up the subject. You know, a few months later, I brought it up. I said, how come you didn't even pass the son to me for a hug? And then I had an argument with him on the phone. At the end, he told me, you know you are an alcoholic, right? You know you are a drunk, right? And you know you're a lonely man, right? So basically he's saying that, you know, I want to keep my son away from you. You know, you're not good enough to come near my son. I'm like, okay, no problem. I cut tie with him ever since. I haven't spoke to this guy for like 4 years or something. I don't need this kind of relative. You see, in his mind, that everybody adores him. His son is the crown prince, the heir to the British throne or something. But in my mind, I tolerate this asshole because, hey, I have to meet this guy like twice a year. You understand? Like for Thanksgiving or for Happy Chinese New Year, whatever. We're relatives. So I tolerate your sorry ass, you know? I mean, I'm sitting there. I don't like this asshole. You must understand. I don't like him at all. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting beside him, you know, during family dinner for Christmas or for Thanksgiving, whatever. I tolerate this fucker. That's all. Just people are tolerating him. Because I don't want any trouble. You understand? This is a family gathering. I don't want him giving me attitude or, you know how you go to the family gathering. You only want wishes and hugs. You don't want nobody, you know, like giving you the nasty looks or give you attitude or anything. So people tolerate him. I tolerate him, you know. But then he doesn't think like that. He thinks that, oh, everybody adores him, everybody love him, like he's so special, everybody's so low. No, remember this, if you are a narcissist, people are nice to you because they try to tolerate you, okay? Because they don't want any trouble from you. It's not because you're so special. That motherfucker ain't nothing special. If one day he got hit by a truck, I might even laugh. I might fucking laugh. I tell you the truth. After, you know, I wouldn't even go to his funeral. Fuck him, you know. I didn't go to my father's funeral. Tell you the truth, you know. So I definitely wouldn't show up at his funeral. You know, his sorry ass. If one day his sorry ass is gone, I would only laugh. Honestly, I would only laugh. Okay. So remember, people are nice to you because they tolerate you because they don't want trouble from you. It's not because they adore you. It's not because you're somebody special. Okay. And third thing, always tell yourself. Third thing, okay, if you're a narcissist, tell yourself this. You know, opinions are, you know, the value of a particular person, the value of people are very subjective. Very, very subjective. Okay. For example, let's bring up that guy I saw at the strip club. You know, he says, you know, short little white guy, you know, around 32-year-old. He think he's so special. He think, oh, you know, I'm a Japanese and white person mix. I'm so special. You're just a fucking Chinaman. Get away from you. You know, you're nobody. Don't even speak to me. You know, I know I'm a Chinaman. I'm a Chinaman. I understand. But hello, you know, I come to the strip club every day. I have lots of money. I got money to come to the strip club every day. You know, I'm a business person. I mean, I own a home. I have a house. You know, I have rental properties. You know, that guy, the short little white guy, tell you the truth, based on his attitude, I look at the way how he talk. His friend is like sitting there staring at him, like, what the fuck? It's like yeah, like what I said, like you're watching a movie that doesn't make sense, you know? Like the friend staring at him, like what are you talking about? You know, what the hell are you talking about? I look at this guy, this 32-year-old guy, okay? I can tell you right now, but based on his attitude, based on the way how he think, this motherfucker, he doesn't even have a job. He's probably unemployed, living in his mother's basement. So before you start to judge other people, you have to remember, okay, people's value of life is very, very subjective. You might think you're all that. Oh, I'm a white guy in Japanese mix, and this Chinaman, he nobody. But then, hey, at least I have a business, right? At least I support myself. I have a home, right? And for example, me, see, it's like sometimes, because I have my right eye is sort of damaged. My right eye, it's very difficult for me to sit in front of a computer screen. I can't do that. If I sit, my eyes are very sensitive to LCD screens, right, or anything that shows lights. So I don't even like to use my cell phone. I use my cell phone, I hurry up and put it away because I don't want the cell phone, the light to damage my eyes. So a person like me, I cannot work for a bank. I cannot sit in front of a computer all day. I can't do that. I'm gonna fuck up my eyes. I cannot work for a bank. I cannot even work at Safeway. Like a supermarket, because nowadays all the registers they have computer screens, right? I can't do that. So I work at home. I sell my product and stuff. But sometimes I do envy these people who they work hard. They work at a bank or they work at a supermarket as a cashier. Sometimes I even envy these people. I'm thinking I wish I could work like that because I wish I could look at a computer all day, but I can't. My job is very limited. I could. That's the reason why I used to be a sushi chef. I used to make sushi because I want to stay away from computer screens. So if I am to go out there and find a job again, probably I still have to work in a kitchen or as a waiter or something. Somebody who doesn't have to look at computer screens all day. But what I'm saying is, see, it's very, very. I mean, people's value of life is very, very subjective. You might look down at somebody, thinking, "Oh, look at this guy. He's fat and he's old, and he's balding. He doesn't, he's balding too." And you look down at him. But then the old guy, he might look down at you. He might think, you're just some asshole, unemployed asshole. You're still feeding off of your mother. I got a job. I got a wife, right? I have a nice home, although I'm old, but I'm fat. But hey, I'm so much better than you. You understand? It's like people's value, okay? People's high and low, they're very subjective, So next time, if you're a narcissist, remember, before you judge someone, right? You tell yourself that, he has something that you don't have. You have something that person doesn't have. But then, it doesn't mean that you're better. It doesn't mean that you're so much better than that person. Even if it does mean that you're so much better than that person, I mean, the guy doesn't bother you. You understand? If, for example, like me and my brother, I don't bother my brother. I don't even like kids, honestly speaking. I hate kids. That's the reason why I don't want a wife. I don't want kids. He knows that. So, how come, okay, I'm a drunk. Yeah, I'm a drunk. Yeah, I'm an alcoholic. True. Okay, and he said I'm a lonely man. I don't feel very lonely. I don't feel lonely, honestly speaking. I'm a MGTOW, I'm through with dating. I'm through with dating. That's it, But I don't feel lonely. But then he the way how he judged me is, oh, you're a sad, you're a drunk and lonely man, and you're not even good enough to come near my son. But you know how I think? My thinking is I don't even like kids. I gave you $200 for your son's birth, at the party, for your newborn son. I gave you $200 because I respect you. You're a relative of mine. I respect you, so I give you that kind of money. But do I want to come near your kid? No. I don't give a shit about your kid. I don't care if your kid dies tomorrow. I don't care if you don't like your kid, you toss your kid in the garbage can. I don't care. You understand? But so before, if you're a narcissist, before you judge someone, okay, just remember one thing. Everybody is different. I mean, people, the value of a person's value is very subjective. You think that person is so low, but that person, as long as that person doesn't bother you, so what? So what if he's low? It's none of your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like me and my brother. I just don't get it. Oh, you think I'm so low, I'm not even good enough to approach your son. But I don't like kids. I don't want your son. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, all I know is I gave you $200. You better show me some respect. You should at least pass the kid to me for a hug. You understand? It's like, I don't even like kids. So that's the thing. If you're a narcissist, remember, before you judge someone, just remember, people's minds are different, people's value of life is very subjective, and always tell yourself one thing: if other people don't bother you, you don't want to be rude. You don't want to be rude to other people especially if they're not even bothering you. Yeah. But anyway, I hope you like this episode. If you like this channel, please subscribe. I'll talk to you later.